Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hi, Miss. Good evening. Hi, everyone.
How are
Hi,
you?
teacher. Good evening.
Excellent. Hey, Monse, how about your weekend? How was it?
Thank you, Miss. Everything is fine. Thanks for
Excellent.
asking.
Thanks to you. Hey, that's great. What about you, Jose Luis? What about your weekend?
My weekend was fine. Fine.
Excellent. That's it. Hey,
Thank
now,
you.
now you're on vacation.
Oh, no, no, I have.
No, don't you
I
have vacation time?
haven't. No.
Oh, well, that's a pity, but at least is it a little more relaxed?
Yes. It will be a little bit relaxed.
Well, that's much better.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. And you, Monse, are you on vacation?
Well, in the university, no, but in the work, I'm going to have Thursday and Friday free. So I am happy.
That's it. At least some days to rest,
Yes,
to relax. That's great. Thank you very much.
exactly.
All right, Maria Fernanda, can you listen to me?
Yes, I can listen.
Excellent. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Excellent. I'm much better. At least I can speak today, so that's great.
Yes, we missed your voice.
Oh, thank you very much. Now here I am back.
That's great.
Thank you. And tell me, what about your weekend? How was it?
Well, my week was very stressful, but my weekend was so much better. So I don't know. I think was a very different week, but it's okay.
Well, yes. The most important is that you are doing well.
Yes.
Excellent. Pretty well. Pretty good. So, you know what? Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic. Today we will talk about fashion trends. You know what? Sometimes we think that it is not important, but according to some companies, according to their policies, they also manage any certain dress code. I mean, some of their employees should dress, for example, in some companies, they had to be very formal, very classy. In some others, the dressing code is more fancy, more
Casual.
fashionable. Yep, so comfortable, something casual, yes. It just depends on internal policies in your work. So, for example, Monse, how do you dress up in your work, in the company you work?
For me, it's a good thing because my company is very casual. So we don't have uniform or be very formal, but it's more easy for me to have some outfits very casual, very, I don't know, very easy for me than formal. I have to think more when it's formal.
Yeah, that's it. It is easier to dress in a casual way, in a casual dress code. Excellent, pretty good. And Jose Luis, what about you?
Well, in the institute where I work, I dress casual. There's no problem with that.
Hey, that's great. It is a little more relaxed also.
Yes.
Hey, wow, good. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And so, what about you?
Oh, in my work, I can use anything. Maybe it could be casual, but sometimes it's formal because I work in a lab, in a school laboratory. So I have to care my clothes, my shoes, and my appearance.
Yes, that's it. That's different. You have to take care about the dress code.
Yes.
Hey, that's great. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's not very comfortable, but it's very ordered.
Yes, we have rules, and if we don't want, sorry, have any disaster or something like that, we have to do the things so well, and I don't know, appreciate the rules.
That's it. You have to observe all the rules. And I think that they are not only for order, but also for safety reasons. For example, I think that you have to wear special shoes.
Um, for me, it could be tennis,
Tennis
but
shoes.
yes, sometimes it boats or um, any shoes. And I don't know. It's sometimes depend of the situation.
I guess it depends on the situation, and it depends also maybe on the substances you are going to manage.
Yes.
That's it. All right, thank you very much. Gustavo, welcome. How are you? Gustavo.
How are you?
Great. I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
Hi, teacher.
Hey, that's good.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm much better. Thank you for asking.
I'm fine. How is your health? How is your
Well,
health?
much better. Now I can speak. That's great.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you. All right. You know what? Today we are talking about dressing code, fashion, and trends. So we are talking about the dressing code in the place where you work. Uh, is there any special dressing codes out there? For example, I don't know, maybe to be very formal, to wear a suit, or to wear any special clothes, like a uniform?
Okay, it depends the activity because I am an engineering, and I have to use the uniform. I have to use how to say casco de seguridad, helmet.
Helmet. The
Okay,
helmet.
helmet.
The
I have to use a special type of boot,
to wear.
security boot, and at the same time, it is. I have to wear this when I am in the plant in the factory. But
Uh-huh.
actually, my job is also in an office, and in an office I have to wear from from Monday to Thursday. I have to wear like a formal clothes. I don't know, pants, a shirt, and on Friday I can use maybe denim pants.
You can wear it. Hey, that's great. Okay,
But
well,
it's kind of difficult because I have to change a lot of times in the day. When
wow.
I go to the factory, I have to use the uniform. When I went to the office, I have to take off the uniform and put the clothes,
Oh
the
my.
formal clothes.
Yeah, that sounds a little complicated. And even
Yes,
though,
yes, I prefer to stay in the yes, I prefer to stay in the factory, and I don't have to change the clothes. No. when I have maybe when I have a meetings or when I have to calls, I have to use the normal clothes.
To wear, yeah. Oh my, yeah, it is a little difficult. You are going, well, you must be changing your clothes. That's not good. All right. So look at this.
Yes, yes.
We are going to talk about fashion and trends. And well, here I don't go. Okay, here it is. Yeah, sometimes fashion and trends or fashion trends can be something so subjective. Why subjective? Because there is not only one definition about fashion, there is not only one opinion about it. For example, I could say that this beautiful dress that we have in here is so cute. It is so, I don't know, so fashionable. And maybe another person may say that it's so uh, shocking, or I don't know. What's your opinion? What do you think about this dress?
It's very invasive.
Yeah, and it is not very comfortable, I guess.
It's beautiful, but I think it's not very functional.
That's it. Thank you, Monse. Fer, what do you think about it?
I think the same of Monse because for me it's very uncomfortable, but it's very beautiful. I mean, the model looks so beautiful, and that's great. But I think she can be or feel so much pain.
Maybe she feels also uncomfortable. That's it. All right. Thank you, Fer. Gustavo, what do you think about this fashionable, nice dress?
Okay, I just recognize that she's a girl because Fer told that because I was thinking that it was a tree, maybe.
Yeah, she looks like a tree. She has
Yeah.
branches and everything.
Yes, it's a very unusual dress. It's like a kind of a rare of this dress. And maybe no, I don't know if you have see the movie, The Hunger Games. In this movie, they wear very rare uh, types of dresses and clothes. It's like that.
Wow. Yeah, kind of like that. All right. So would you buy something like this to your wife?
No,
Just say no, please.
no.
All right, thank you very much. So let's go with Jose Luis. Jose Luis, what's your opinion about this very beautiful and fashionable dress?
I don't know. It's too much. It's not functional, and I can't imagine someone using that in a party or cocktail. I don't know. As Gustavo said, it's a dress like for the movies, or I don't know, maybe the Evil Witch or something like that.
Yeah, like the Blair Witch.
Yes.
That's it. All right. So I wouldn't ask you anything like that, no? Like if you would buy something like this to your wife. I guess
I, no, no, definitely no.
no, that is not very comfortable. All right, thank you very much.
Thank
Yes,
you.
as I told you before, it is very different how people can think about fashion. For some people, it is nice, it is elegant, or it is so creative. But for us, for example, it is like, well, in my personal point of view, it is shocking. All right. So look at this. here we have some adjectives. They are going to be very useful for us to express some ideas about fashion and trends. So let's analyze them, please. All right, first of all, here we have expensive, right? Comfortable, flat, brand new, short, trendy, classic, plain, tight, dull. And we have in here long, secondhand, uncomfortable, cheap, high-heeled, baggy, colorful, patterned, old-fashioned, and shabby-looking. All right, so you know what? What we are going to do with this, it's an exercise about the opposites. I would like to know if you have any problem with this vocabulary, something that you don't understand. No, is everything okay?
Oh, I don't know what is plain.
Plain.
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you, Fer. Okay, I didn't understand you. Let's go with the hesitation, the doubt that Gustavo said. He said that he doesn't understand what does plain mean. Plain
Yes.
means that there is not going to be any figure, any image, any drawing clothes. They are going to be just in one color.
Ah, okay, okay, yes.
All
Yes,
right.
yes. Perfect.
Okay. Anybody
Thanks.
else?
Yes, teacher. I have a question. What is the difference of flat versus plain?
Because flat means to choose. For example, we women, whenever we are very tired, like wear flats. And plain
Okay.
refers to the color and the decoration of any clothes. So if it has flowers or not, has some images, some drawings.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to you. Anybody else? Any doubt?
Yes, and another doll.
Though, it's kind of like very boring.
Ah, okay.
Boring.
Okay.
That's it, like, oh my.
And it's only for clothes, or it could be for person.
It could be also for people.
Okay.
You could say that a person is very boring, or that is a dull person.
Okay.
All right. So now, don't you have any other doubt, any other hesitation? No more?
No.
All right, excellent. Now, please help me to solve this exercise. You know how we are going to use the tool Anotar? So write the answers on the screen. For example, I am going to do the first. Expensive, no, long. We are going to work with long. In my point of view, the answer, the opposite is long. All right. I don't know if you agree.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. So please help me to write the opposites with in that way with Anotar. All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
We have to write it down.
Yes, please. Excellent. Very good. Now we have one answer. All right, pretty good. All right, pretty good. Now let's check, okay? So here we have that second hand is the opposite for brand new. Excellent. And uncomfortable is the opposite for comfortable. Excellent. Cheap is the opposite for expensive. All right, pretty good. Baggy is the opposite for tight. Yes. Here the answer should be baggy. Here we have I. Hey, I can't see. All right, it's I. Okay, and so colorful. Colorful is the opposite
Plain.
of
Plain.
plain. H. Yes, that's it. Yes, it could be. You know what? We can manage both. Say the opposite of dull, it's okay, and it can also be the opposite of plain. And plain and patterned are definitely opposite. And what about if old-fashioned is the opposite of trendy? Okay, and shabby looking is the opposite for classy. Here we are. Okay, classy. G. Pretty good. Hey, that's great. Now, please tell me, do you have any other doubt about vocabulary?
Yes, in the last one, classy. Is it like a new?
Classy is like very elegant, like
Okay.
chic.
Okay.
Yes. And well, here we have the shabby looking. Shabby looking could be, for example, when I am washing my clothes on Sunday morning, I look like a homeless, so it's shabby looking.
Okay.
You know what? Men, gentlemen, whenever you are fixing your car, you have a shabby looking.
Okay.
Yes, because you are all full of well, you are all greasy, dirty, filthy, and you are wearing, of course, old clothes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yes, that's a shabby looking. All
Yeah,
right,
okay.
pretty good. So I would like you to tell me, how do you like to wear when you go to the movies, for example, Gustavo? How do you wear when you go to the movies?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe plain.
Plain.
Yes, and all.
That's good. All right, thank you very much. Please tell me, who's your victim?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Who's your victim?
Fair.
Thank you. Fair, hello.
Yes, I'm here. I mean, I can listen you, but I think it's okay.
Let me write on the chat so that I can help you. Just give me a moment, please, kids. Monse, can you hear me? Okay. All right. So in the meantime, we are going to go.
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. All right. Monse, please tell me, how do you prefer wearing when you are going to go party, for example, like a wedding ceremony?
Okay, I prefer it to be classic but comfortable. And for me, brand new is not an option. So I try to use not the second hand, but all the clothes or dress that I already have.
Aha, that's it. All right, thank you. Please tell me, who's your victim?
My victim will be Jose Luis, please.
Thank you. Okay, Jose Luis.
Yes, teacher.
All right. Please tell me, how do you prefer wearing when you are going to visit your family?
I'm wear some dull or plain.
That's good. That's very good. All right. Now let's listen to Gustavo. Do you agree?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Gustavo, please tell me, how do you prefer wearing when you go out with your friends?
Shabby looking.
Shabby looking.
Yeah.
Why? That's great. All right. Now let's go to the next. Here we are. Ta-da. I introduce you to my aunt and my cousin. My aunt and she's my cousin.
Okay.
Let's suppose that you are going to write an article for a magazine, a newspaper, kind of like, and you are going to see that in an event that you went, you found Queen Elizabeth and Princess Margaret. So she was wearing like, all right, so I could say that, for example, the gentleman at the back was wearing a classy dark suit and a very fine shirt, a very fine silk shirt, and a very fashionable tie, a necktie. So, okay, that's my example. Gustavo, please, could you describe anybody, I don't know, my auntie or my cousin, whoever you may like? Gustavo, don't be shy. Hi. Yes, can you hear me?
Not much, teacher. I hear
Ah,
you now.
yeah, all right. So please, would you help me to describe any person, anybody here, maybe my auntie or my cousin?
Sorry, teacher. Can you repeat it?
Oh, yes. Please, we are going to make the description of any person, for example, the queen or the princess. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
The queen is wearing a very old-fashioned suit, and Uh, okay, she's wearing a very old-fashioned suit, and the princess is wearing a old-fashioned. No, and I don't know how. Wait a minute. A cheap, a very cheap suit, very cheap dress, and she's wearing an uncomfortable jewelry.
Yes, that's it. That's uncomfortable. All right, then what about the decoration of her dress? Is it plain, good, patterned, colorful?
Okay, it's a trendy cut, and very classy. So, her haircut,
All
and,
right.
and maybe it's a kind of plain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's plain.
Well, this haircut or this hairstyle is named bangs.
Yes,
Yes, she's wearing some bangs, like fleco bangs.
yes.
All right, thank you very much. Who's your victim? Tell me, please.
Please.
All right, thank you. Jose Luis, Jose Luis.
Okay. Well, your auntie, the Queen Elizabeth, is wearing expensive jewelry, very expensive jewelry, and a classy suit. And Princess Margaret, she's wearing colorful blues and brand new sunglasses.
Hey, that they are nice. All right, thank you. Please, Jose Luis, tell me, who's your victim?
Montserrat,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, your cousin Ann Winter, she's wearing a very expensive necklace and a very trendy pattern dress and black glasses. And your auntie is wearing a plain jacket, blue jacket, and fantasy jewelry.
Yeah, that's it. So fancy. All right, thank you very much. Fer, we listen to you. Please make the description.
Okay, I think the queen is very expensive with the crown. I mean, always see her in the TV, and her suit or suits was very colorful and shiny sometimes. And obviously, the jewelry was very expensive and so much shiny, but she looks always so great. And I mean, is the queen.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? According to some historic registers, eh, the royalty was not the same like it was, like it is today. Because today they are so fashionable, they are so wonderful, so beautiful. But according to some historians, royalty was well, they were very dirty people. They had very nasty habits. They never or almost never took a shower. They didn't brush their teeth and they didn't change their clothes. Even, for example, in the first years, the early years in Europe. So it is very different how they look today than how they were in the past. Didn't you know any curiosities about the Queen?
No, no, I didn't know.
No?
No,
Oh.
no.
Well, according to history records, Queen Victoria the First never took a shower, and she was wearing a white dress. But as she never changed her clothes and never she never wore another different one, her dress was becoming green. Not
Green.
green, yeah, only because of the field, the human field that it was acquiring, but also because it uh, turned like that color, like as it were corrupt. And so, in honor to the queen, that color became really popular. Many people became dressing in green because of the queen, so that she can feel a little more comfortable.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's what I.
that's weird. And
Yeah, too much. I
and
never
gross.
figured out something like that. But whenever I read it, I said, "Oh my, how is
Yeah.
this possible?"
And she was the queen.
Yeah, she was. It was so difficult to believe, so hard to.
Yes, a lot.
All right. So let's continue. Let's go with the next image. Here we go. All right. Well, here we have the order of the adjectives, how they recommended to use. They say that first of all, we have to work with a determiner. That could be some, any, this, the, that. Later on, we have to talk about opinion. According to this, it is going to be very difficult sometimes to agree with some persons. For example, whenever you were doing the description, when you were making the description of the queen, some of you said that she was very classy. Some of you said that she was old-fashioned. And so those adjectives depend on the opinion of the person who is talking. And so that's very subjective.
Yes.
Size, they are small, huge, big, tall. Later on, number 4, we have the shape. If it is round, square, thin, fat, triangular. Condition, if it is cold, hot, rich, dirty. Next, we are going to have the age. If it is old, if it is young, if it is antique, and later on, the color. If it is black, white, purple, all right.
In this case, sorry. In this case, antique is the same than old.
That's it. It's like old, like very, yes, old. It's
Okay.
antiguo. That's
Okay.
all right. So about origin, it can be Azeri, Thai, Mexican, Chinese. All right,
From Tepito.
and it's okay. Tepito television or the Tepito city. Finally, we have the material: plastic, glass, silver, wood, silk, cotton. All right, and finally, the purpose. If it is, for example, a pair of fishing boots or tennis shoes, riding boots, okay? And so we are going to work with these adjectives whenever we want to describe any
In
subject.
that order?
Yeah, that's it. But look at this. Maybe you say, Maggie, they are too many adjectives. When am I going to use them? Let's suppose, for example, that you are going to sell something. You are going to write an advertisement on the newspaper, for example. And of course, you have to be very specific about the item that you are going to advertise, so that people may think if they are interested item or not. So for example, let's suppose that I want to buy, I don't know. Yes. Now I know what. You know what? I have a very old clock and I would like to advertise it. So I am going to write first of all on sale, and the item, this is the determiner. Beautiful, no, not beautiful, useful. In my opinion, it is useful. A useful tiny, it is the size. Shape, we are going to say round. And about condition, in this case, you know what? I am not going to write condition, but age. It's old, no, antique, because this is more elegant. Antique. Color, it's silver. And about the origin is Japanese. The material, it's gold, golden. And finally, I am going to write, well, I don't have the purpose, but now I am going to not to write, I mean, the noun, golden watch. Okay, so if I write this, all of these specifications and features, people can have a big overview about the object. That's why it is necessary to work as many adjectives as you can and to write them in certain order. So let's do an example, all right? So why don't you write an advertisement for any piece of clothing or any garment, something that you would like to buy, all right?
Okay.
Let's write in the chat so that spelling and grammar.
Okay.
Sorry, Miss, about any object that we want to sell? Miss?
Yes, I'm sorry, my microphone. All right. Yes, nothing special, something that you would like to sell. Of course, it doesn't mean that it should be true.
Okay.
All right, pretty good. Here, Jose Luis wrote, "Cell is beautiful, small, thin, new, quirky, Chinese, plastic cell phone." Hey, that's good, Jose Luis, pretty good. Gustavo, on sale, this new and useful computer in very good conditions, very thin and small, quarantine-free, Korea, built with carbon fiber and plastic. Hey, that's good. Very good, Gustavo. But here, you know what? There was just a situation. You are very specific, of course, and it's very good. But you could have used the other format instead of separating. You could have said on sale this new, no, this useful. First of all, the opinion.
Okay.
Later on, uh, useful, new, in very good conditions, thin, square. Square is going to be first. So it's, let me write the,
Okay.
yes, it's on sale, useful, useful, uh-huh, mm, a square pink frame, very good, small, later on small, later on where, oh, square. Okay, next one, it's in very good conditions. Very good conditions, all right. Later on, it's the 8, it's new. New, later on, the color. Later on, the origin, Korean. Later on, the material, it's carbon fiber and plastic. Fiber, a plastic. And it doesn't say anything about the purpose, but we are going to use now the no, computer. Okay, here it could have been like this, Gustavo.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh,
The order in the screen is the order that it must be.
Yeah, you know what? Don't worry a lot about this because this is a grammar topic that you are going to see in B2. But
Okay.
I think that it's very good that you know about that in advance.
Okay.
Okay, so Monse wrote on sale a beautiful, small, clean, new silver ring. Or proposing, okay, it could be a proposal for wife to be.
Okay. Or for wedding?
It could be, I am going to show you a new expression. Your wife to be. Whenever you say your wife to be, means person who is going to be your wife. But it's very long. So they say your wife to be.
Okay.
All right. Hey,
Perfect.
thanks to you. Okay, so you know what? I think that, okay, Marifer wrote on sale a good, big, round, cold, young, black coat of plastic material for your holidays. Okay, it could be cold, young, black. Okay, good is for opinion, big is for size, round is shape, cold is condition, young is for age, black is for color. We didn't write the origin. Later on, we write plastic, and later on, um, I don't know, camping coat. All right, kind of like that. As well, as I told you before, don't worry too much about this topic because this is part of another program, but very useful, I guess, that you are conscious that it exists, okay? So that whenever you work with that level, it can be more familiar. Okay, so I don't know if you have any question, any comment.
No.
For me, it's very difficult to know the order of the adjectives or what do you prioritize, what to say and what not to say, because I think there are two. If we have to, or if we want to use all of the numbers or the categories, the subject is like too adjective. I don't know how to say it. How do you know what? How can I say it? What to say and what not to say.
Well, it just depends. For example, what you want to express about the item. But yes, unfortunately, the order is a grammar point, so it is necessary to learn it by heart.
So you obligatory. You have to say something instead of just jumping.
Well, not mandatory. Let's suppose, for example, my example, I didn't say the purpose. So if you don't want to say it or you don't know what is it, it is not mandatory. The mandatory point that you say all the characteristics that you will manage in the correct order. That's just the mandatory point.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else?
Mm, these 10 categories are the only one. I mean, there aren't any other category.
Thanks God. No, that's all.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your attendance, for your attention, and for your participation, your brilliant participation. Until
Perfect.
meet you next class and enjoy your week.
Thank you. Have a happy holidays.
Likewise, thank you
Thank
very
you, Miss.
much.
Thank you,
Thanks.
everyone. Miss,
Good night.
just
Yes,
one question.
yes, Monse.
The last unit that we are going to course is 53.
No, it's 60.
Is 60. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Good night.
Good
Good night,
night,
everyone.
everyone. Thanks to you. Thanks to
Good
you.
night.
See
Good
you.
night. Meet you
Bye.
next class.